And I was talking to I was talking to Jonah, and just kind of feeling it out a little bit as far as where he thought the knowledge level was for his team when it comes to what do you know about Foresters. I know you guys have been selling us and doing a great job, but I think there's some few things that you should know that will help you tremendously as far as figuring out where Foresters fits and then some other little tidbits on how you can leverage the things that Foresters has to offer to help yourself out and keep your clients on the books and get more referrals. So, that's a really broad question. So let me start by this. We talked about what do you know about Foresters? When you're out and you're positioning a carrier or a product to a client to solve their need, you should know what company you're talking about. It's like if I was going to try to sell you a car, if I was going to try to sell you a Chevrolet, I should pretty much know everything there is about Chevrolet to sell that to you, or at least know the ins and outs of that car, all the options that it might come with, and a little bit of background on Chevrolet. So it's the same thing with Foresters Financial. I think there's a lot that we need to help you guys understand about Foresters that'll make your lives easier. So when you look at the portfolio of Foresters, guys, the products you can choose from, I always say this. If you're in the middle market America and you come across an insurance need, I think Foresters has a product that can solve just about anything you're going to come across in middle market America. Because if you look at the portfolio, it's not a huge portfolio, but what it has is enough to cover almost any need you're going to come across. So if you learn Foresters backwards, forwards, you're going to have enough products in your portfolio to help just about anybody that you run across. So that means fewer companies that you need to learn, fewer applications that you need to learn, fewer products that you need to learn. It's one company. It's an easy process for almost every product. So we talk about that first, and then we talk about you need to understand what Foresters is and what they stand for. Foresters is a pretty unique company, being it's a fraternal company. It's not stock held. It's a fraternal company. It's a not-for-profit company in the United States. So in the US, Foresters is a 501c. So we are for profit in Canada and the UK, but in the United States, we're not for profit. So when you're talking to folks on the phone today and you're talking about their insurance needs and you figure that, hey, I have a product at Foresters, this is going to fit, you can let them know that you're representing a not-for-profit company in the US that's all about protecting loved ones and giving back to their communities. And then you can talk about what some of those benefits come with it. Okay. So there's things called the member benefits. Is it okay if I know
Please,
we want to
no,
have a
please,
conversation, but I have
please go for it.
a
This
couple.
is your room, Kelly. Go for it.
All right, let's go through a couple slides here. I think this will help you guys. All right. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right. So this is a little tagline if you're talking about Foresters. If you tell somebody Foresters is a not-for-profit company, they're going to be blown away, first of all. They think you're there to try to sell them something and make a commission and they'll never see you again. They think you're there to try to scam them, take their money, and then they'll never see you again. When you say not for profit, you immediately break down some barriers. You break down some barriers and you start to engage in, hey, that maybe I could trust this guy. He's working for a not, he's representing a not-for-profit company. This company is driven to share, not shareholder driven. We focused on the living well by doing good. So I think that's imperative that you understand that and understand what a fraternal company means and how that can help you. Let's go through some of the member benefits. So when somebody buys a policy from you, these are all things that they get for free just for owning the policy with Foresters Financial. These are called member benefits. They don't pay for these. They don't have to do anything special other than own a policy. When they own the policy, they get these for free. And if you start talking about these when you're talking with your clients, after you've discovered that, hey, Foresters has a product that fits, they're going to go forward with Foresters. You make the sale. Maybe this is during your warm down process. You're looking for, hey, to build that relationship to the next level. How do I get referrals from this client? Talk about, hey, this is a company now that you own a policy with. We offer competitive scholarships. So do you have children that are going to be soon college age? They can apply for scholarships. If you're talking to the grandparents, they can apply for scholarships. Other things that we offer are things that come with just owning the policy. Again, the grant is one thing. The grant is something that, guys, uh, twice a year, they can apply for a grant, $1,500 each, and then they can use that money to do something in their community. These are some examples that they can do. Hygiene kits for the homeless. They can do a park cleanup, a community building project, school kits for kids in need. That's a big one every fall. Somebody will apply for a grant. They'll take that $1,500. They'll go to Walmart or Target or and pick up a bunch of school supplies and get the community together. Put this. If you do this, guys, this is going to help your referrals and your retention. When people get engaged with these member benefits, they're more apt to keep their policies in force. So when the next agent calls them, comes in behind you and tries to replace your business because they have a product that is the newest, shiniest thing on the street, or maybe it can save them $5 a month. They have that. They try to replace you, Forrester's product that you sold them. If you do a good job in teaching your clients about the member benefits, those clients are going to say, well, I understand what you're saying, but I'm with this company over here that this agent told me about Forrester's member benefits. I get grants. I can get up to over $3,000 a year. My kids can apply for scholarships. I get discounts on all these different items. I also can get a free will, a living trust, a power of attorney, and a healthcare directive. Can your company do that for me? Guys, this is powerful. So I'm going through this quickly. We've got a lot of material on our website. If you learn this and just pick up a few of these member benefits and weave these into the story when you're talking to your clients, they will love it. They will love you for bringing it up. They'll tell everybody in their neighborhood, everybody at the church group, hey, my agent helped me with my life insurance policy with this company called Foresters, who's a not-for-profit company. I was able to get a free living trust. I was able to get a free will, power of attorney, healthcare direct. I'm able to get grants over $3,000 per year to give back to the community. Use this to your advantage. So the people will keep their policies longer, give you referrals, and the next time some agent comes in behind you and tries to replace your business, they're not going to be as willing to do that because they'll give up their member benefits. Okay. It's a great story. Here's another one. Let's say that you're working a mortgage lead, a mortgage protection lead. You're talking to a young couple. You help them out with their mortgage protection. You sell them a strong foundation term. You also then say, hey, by the way, just so you know, now that you're with Foresters, I hope this never gets used, but Foresters has this orphan benefit. If something happens to you where you end up passing away, Foresters will pay the death benefit, just like a regular life insurance policy, but now your children are going to be orphans. Someone's going to have to raise those children. Usually we name in a will, we'll name a grandparent, a mom or dad to take care of my kids if something happens to me, a brother or sister, aunt and uncle. That legal guardian is going to have to raise those children. Foresters will pay $900 per month per child to the legal guardian to help raise those children just because you were a Forester's member. This is powerful stuff. So I'm going through this quickly. Hopefully, you know a little bit about it, but if you don't, scan this code. I think it'll work on this presentation. I think it works. That takes you to our benefit guide. And if this doesn't work for you, if you just go to our website and go to member benefits, you'll see a lot of material out there, but there's something called a producer guide to member benefits that goes through all these member benefits in a little bit more detail. And I would encourage you to order that. That, it's absolutely free or download it. Have it available when you're talking to clients or prospects so that you can weave these into your sales process. At the end is a good time to do it. And remind them now that they're with Foresters, they can get these member benefits absolutely free. Any questions on that?
Kelly, so yes, I'm a new agent and I just have access to so many carriers. When it comes to the underwriting, how lenient, and I know that's a very broad question, but how lenient is Foresters with their underwriting and why should I go to them as my favorite carrier and any health conditions that I should be aware of to not proceed and write through Foresters?
Don't take my time.
Yeah, that's a really broad question, as you already noted. We do have some niches that you should be aware of. Forrester's products, as I mentioned, is very, very broad portfolio. You can cover children. You can cover, with our children's juvenile whole life product. You can also cover people that are older that may have some health issues with our final expense product, Plan Right. That's got a lot of health underwriting niches. So the older folks that just need that little bit of policy for final expenses, very, very liberal in underwriting because we know those folks are going to have some issues. That's called Plan Right. We have everything in between. We have the term products, we have the UL, the whole life. Each one of those can be either non-medical, meaning there's no paramed, there's no doctor's records, no phone interviews, nothing like that. We just make a decision based on what we capture in the application and electronically that's available. Okay. With the strong foundation specifically, this product has some of the strongest niches in the industry that you should be aware of. One of them is people living with diabetes. We're generally pretty good with diabetes across the board with all our products, but with this product in particular, it's even stronger and more liberal. So we could take somebody who's living with diabetes up to 6 tables, that means substandard coverage, and up to 12 for up to 300,000. So very liberal for people living with diabetes with this product. If somebody has diabetes and you're talking to them, I would say without a doubt, this is going to be their best chance to get a regular life insurance product other than maybe a guaranteed issue product that are extremely expensive and limited in the amount of coverage they can get. I think this will be their best chance to get a full coverage amount with a regular term product. Okay. You can go to a diabetes rating calculator. That's on our website and it's also on our mobile quoting app. So if you have that downloaded on your phone, which I hope you do, it's in the App Store. Just type in Foresters Financial in your App Store. There'll be a couple different apps that pop up. We have one that's called the Foresters Mobile Quotes. In the Foresters Mobile Quotes, you can find this diabetes rating calculator. You can also, like I said, find it on the web page, on the website. As long as I'm mentioning it, you should also download the Foresters Biz, app on your phone. With that app, you can monitor every case that you submit to Foresters 24/7. We provide updates 24 hours a day on all your pending cases. You can actually respond to underwriters or new business questions right in the application. You don't need to call us. You can do a chat. You can upload documents. So saves you a lot of time. But this diabetes rating calculator, guys, as far as if you're looking for somebody with diabetes, this is the way to go. There's 6 questions on this calculator. You'll know whether or not, with a pretty good certainty, they might be able to get coverage with foresters. The other one with this product, guys, if you're not aware of this, hopefully you are. But again, very lenient for people using alternate forms of tobacco. When I say alternate forms, I mean anything but cigarette smoking. So if you're talking to somebody, a prospect, and they say, "Well, I smoke cigars, when I'm out on the golf course, or I chew tobacco, or I vape, or I use marijuana," as long as they can say no to cigarette smoking, have you smoked cigarettes in the last 12 months? If they can honestly say, no, I don't smoke cigarettes and I haven't smoked any in the last 12 months, but I use these other things, you can still get them a non-tobacco rate with the strong foundation product, term product. The only product in the market that I know of that will do this. And the beauty of this is you get them that non-tobacco rate class a couple of years later down the road. If they want to convert that to one of our permanent products, either the Universal Life or the Whole Life product that we have available, you can convert that at that point and they get to keep the non-tobacco rate class. So huge, huge sales niche right here. Go to your local vape shops, smoke shops, tell everybody, hey, I can get you a non-tobacco rate class as long as you're not smoking cigarettes. And we can do that with Foresters Financial strong foundation. The other products that we have, they'd be considered a tobacco user, just like every other carrier that you have in your portfolio. This is the only product that you can do this with, just like the diabetes. Okay, a couple of really strong niches for you right there. Any questions on that? Okay. Uh, Jonah asked me to talk about our newest product, guys. Our newest product is called Live Well Plus. And the reason he wanted me to kind of walk you through this real quick, there's a lot to go through, and I'm not going to go through it all with you in detail, but if you are interested, we'll be more than happy to do some additional one-on-one training, or you can always call our sales desk and they'll be more than happy to help you out. But the Live Well Plus is a very niche product. It is a revolutionary product. There's nothing like it on the market. And the reason that everybody is starting to look into this product and it has interest in this product is because of this one thing right here. At the end of every approved and signed application, your clients get their contract e-delivered instantly within minutes. And then you are done with the sale. And that means, of course, you get paid your commissions faster. So let's talk about this real quick. Jump in if you have any questions. I'm not monitoring the chat, so if somebody has any questions in the chat, somebody could pipe up and let me know what that might be. Let's keep this informal. But this is a whole life product, guys. I know maybe some of you are familiar with Universal Life or Indexed Universal Life. Whole life is a completely different animal. The beauty of whole life, guys, is it's got guaranteed premiums, guaranteed death benefit, guaranteed cash value, guaranteed loan provisions. A lot of guarantees built into the whole life products. They're really easy to sell because they're so simple. Guarantees, 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 guarantees. You don't have to worry about talking what happens if the market does this, or what happens if my index does that, or you change the participation rate or the cap rate. You don't have to worry about any of that. Guaranteed whole life is the way to go. Um, this product, you can see the face amount limits. This is a fully underwritten product. However, as I mentioned earlier, it's basically done in one sitting, fully underwritten, but only with the information that we can gather electronically. We do all electronic gathering behind the scenes when you take that application. So there's no pyramids, there's no APSs or anything like that. Everything that we do is behind the scenes. Once you submit that application, and it's done almost instantaneously. So we can go up to $2 million with this product. You can go as low as 25,000 or up to 2 million for your preferred plus or preferred categories. You can see this here. We can go up to age 60. So we can get a lot of folks covered with this product instantaneously. And that's the beauty of this product, guys. This is changing the industry. A lot of other distributors are jumping on board with this thing and selling the heck out of it. Easy to do. You could be talking to somebody and find out they only need a little bit of coverage, 25, 50, 100,000 of coverage, and you can have this thing done in less than 45 minutes and they have their policy and you get paid. You can also add somebody additional on here. So you could be talking to a husband and wife. You could cover both of them on one policy. You can see the limits here. So you could do, so much on the husband, and you can add the wife as an insured rider or vice versa. That way you're done. It's a great way to cover the whole family with one contract. There's dividend options. Dividends are awesome. That means that's a return of your premium. Declared every year. We've got a 20 plus track record. Dividends interest average about 6%. Very strong dividend schedule. I'm sure you've all heard of some of the largest insurance companies in the world sell whole life, and they have very similar type products. So if you're not familiar with whole life, it's a little bit of a learning curve perhaps, but it's very simple, and we're here to help you out. A non-direct recognition loan, the biggest thing I hear all the time is, oh, I'm going to sell indexed UL for somebody that wants to save some cash, have some cash value. Well, a lot of times they don't understand that number one, there's large surrender charges in index universal life, meaning that if you want to take money out of that policy in the first 15 years, give or take, there's going to be a really large surrender charge. You're going to get hit with that surrender charge. Also, you're going to get with interest on your loan. With foresters, you can take a loan out of your contract in the first year. As long as there's cash value, which there is, you can take up to 90% of that in the first year, second year. It's meant to operate that way. And when you take a loan out, guys, we will credit you just as if that money never left. So you continue to earn interest and income on your loan amount. So if you go to the bank and you say, I have $10,000 in my I want to loan some money out. They're not going to keep paying you on the money that you loaned out. They're going to charge you, but they're not going to give you credit. With foresters, that's what this means. So this is a very powerful way for people to get access to their cash value, and a very fair way to do it. Another rider that you can add is you can even add children's term rider on this. Like I said, you can cover the whole family with one policy, both spouses and children, all in one policy, and you're done. You can do has living benefit rider. The accelerated death benefit rider is always included on our policies, so that's included. A lot of unique riders here, guys, um, that you need to be aware of. But here's some really quick underwriting. You asked about underwriting. This is I wouldn't say it's lenient, but it's simple, and that's the key. It's a lot of carriers are moving away from the fully underwritten stuff, and we're all using the same data. So, it's not that much different from one to the next. But what this is separates because it's instant. So if somebody wants an instant decision life insurance product, this is the product. If they may have some substandard, maybe they have some health issues, we can actually take those folks. They want to accumulate some cash value. We can do that. Guarantees, they don't want to stress out about what's happening with the market. No problem. We got that. Liquidity and access to the funds, this product trumps almost anything out there. Again, they can get at the money as soon as year one, um, and year two, three, four, where in universal life, it's very difficult to do that because of the surrender charges. This is a great product for those folks that might need that emergency cash down the line, sooner than later. Here's a little pre-screening. It's that simple. You pre-screen your client. If they can get through this, um, which most of them will if they're healthy, you can get through this with your client. Then you jump in and you do an application. And an application is pretty simple, guys. Uh, this is a guy. This is a story we talk about. A 40-year-old gentleman, married, children, wants to cover his family and also save some cash. We can do that with this product. 500 bucks a month is the example that they're using. Adds his wife on as a term rider. He's going to have coverage to 100, age 121, and be able to start taking some cash out when he's ready. You can launch this right from our website. You can see it's a separate application right there on our landing page. If you want, scan this barcode over here for some more information, and you can learn at your own pace. I'm not going to go through all this, just in the interest of time, but it's very easy. You start an illustration, you get his email. Just remember, everybody needs their own email, because if they're going to sign, they need their own email. You're going to go through this, solve. The beauty of this is once you're in here, guys, you're going to do the quote right in the app, right in this platform. You're going to run the illustration. You're going to design the coverage right in the app. While you're talking to the client, you're going to design this. You call our team if you need some help with your first few. They'll walk you through this. But you walk through here, you design the case, figure out what kind of coverage the client needs, what kind of monthly premium they want to pay. Do they want to add the rider or not, for the additional insured? While you're going through here, you can check and see what your progress is on the quote. When you hit submit, this gives you an example of what it might look like. You go through, does it look good or not look good? Do you need to change some things? You have options. You have chances to go in and change it if the client says, "Oh, that's too much," or "I'd like to see this option." You can go ahead and back and forth and change it until you agree upon that's the one they want. When they say, "Hey, that sounds good, let's go forward," then the start interview. That's basically just start taking the application, just like any other application you're taking. Go through it and ask the questions. When you get all done, you're going to collect the signature. Hey, we're going to send you an email, Steve. Get that email, sign, and then we're going to basically, that authorizes us to do all the HIPAA background checks and all that. Sign that, Steve, when you get that email. Okay, Steve signs it. You submit it. We do our things almost instantaneously in the background to come up with the decision. Bam, Steve got approved. It's that quick. So you're going through, you run the quote, you agree on the numbers, get the information, get his consent. Bam, approved. Steve, hey, you've been approved. Great. That's what it looks like. You can generate, if you need to go back and tweak it, you can at this point. If not, move forward with the payment. All right, Steve, I got to collect some payment information from you now. How do you want to pay? When do you want us to draft it? Collect that information like you normally do. And then we're going to send you a link, Steve. Here you go. Sign. Steve signs. You sign. This is the producer questionnaire. You sign. And bam, Steve gets an email to him that says, "Hey, Steve, congratulations. Here's your life insurance with Foresters Financial." That's the process, guys. And you're done. No more submitting it and wondering, hey, is this going to get approved? Is this going to get issued? Is there going to be other requirements? Might have to wait a few days, a week. Who knows? With this, you'll know at the time you're done. Steve signs, he agrees. Once it's submitted, you're going to get a decision. And if it's approved, he's going to get his email right away with the link to his policy. It's that quick. And then you're done. Okay. This is more about the member benefits. If you want to scan that, if you didn't get a chance yet, but that talks about the member benefits. That's a good time to talk to Steve about what he just signed up for with Foresters Financial. and how to get these member benefits absolutely free. All right. This a ton of material, guys, on our website. If you want it at your pace, go out there. It's on our Foresters Easy Biz website under Foresters Live Well Plus. All these links here, additional training. We have videos. If you want to watch a video, go ahead and watch a video. You see all the help buttons on the right. You can go in there and ask for help. I would call our sales desk or call me if you want some help on your first one. We'd be more than happy to walk you through it. Ton of information for you. This is all our help desk. Call that any of these numbers if you need help on anything. Take a screenshot of that if you want. But we're here to help you out. Efficiency is the name of the platform that we use for that product. So they have their own live chat. So while you're taking the application, if you had any questions, you just live chat with them and they'll help you out. It's really a simple process, guys. I think you'll love it. You just need to get your heads wrapped around whole life, which again is very simple. It's been around forever. Pretty basic stuff, and it's a great product. You can manage your cases on their platform once you've got their cases pending and issued. Easy, easy to manage your business there. There's a video on the product.
Kelly, I want to jump in here really quickly. And again, super thankful for your time. As you know, simplicity is the game in this business, and we write a lot of majority of our business is simplified. What's the best way? I think you mentioned it earlier, but making sure that people can take away this particular question. The best way to keep track of a policy that I submitted that hasn't been approved yet. What's the best way to stay on top of that to make sure that, our agents are equipped to just follow up and make sure that they have everything ready to go to get the clients approved as fast as possible?
Yeah, that's a great question. So that's a real simple one, actually. Once you guys submit your cases with us, like I said, you should have two apps on your phone. One should be Forrester's Mobile Quotes, and the other one should be Forrester's Biz, B-I-Z. Forrester's Biz, once you open that mobile app, you'll see all your pending cases 24/7, and it's updated hourly. So if you see a case out there that it'll be highlighted, it'll have a little flag by it. That means there's something needed. That means there's something outstanding that we need your response on. So you go in there, you see a little red exclamation point by your case, open it up and see what it is. It could be a question from our new business team. It could be say, hey, you missed a question. It's 2A. What's the answer to the 2A? You go, you look, or you forgot to sign, or who knows what. It could be something really minor. Go in there, see what they say. It could be a question from the underwriter. The underwriter says, "Hey, when did they take their last A1C reading? You didn't put it down. We don't see it. What was the last A1C read?" Little things like that. So use that Forrester's Biz mobile app. See all your business 24/7, updated hourly. You can chat back and forth on that app. You can upload documents in there. That same platform is available on our website, forestersbiz.com. So when you get in there as an agent and you log in, if you go into there's a square in the very front that says certificate details. Certificate details is basically policy details. That's where you see all your pending business. And that's where you see if there's any outstanding requirements. You should check. I love the mobile app. The mobile app's the way to go, guys. Download those. It's so easy to use. You can look at that the first thing you wake up in the morning, the last thing when you go to bed at night. Take a quick peek at it, see what's out there, do what you need to do. That's the way to manage your business.
Thank you so much, Dean. So keep in mind, Forrester's certificate details is what we majority of us use. But if you don't have the app, that Forrester's Biz app is huge. I mean, every hour getting an update on that is huge. So best practice, check in the morning, check at the end of the day. That way you can stay on top of your business. As we all know, our job is not only, closing deals, is helping the clients get these policies approved so we can go all get paid. So I didn't have the app, so I'm definitely going to download it. So if you don't have the app, just go ahead and download it.
Download
Any
that when you get a
questions?
chance. Highly encourage you to do that, guys. And then, I know you got a lot on your plate. You're trying to make a living. You're trying to make sales, and that, is time consuming. But I really highly encourage you, take a few minutes, whenever you get a few minutes, to go out to the website and go into the training platform. There's which is called our knowledge zone. If you go into the knowledge zone, or you just go under products, or just go to new agents, there's all the buttons up on the upper right hand side when you first log in. Take a few minutes and go in there and check out the training materials on the products. Help you out tremendously. Just to take a few minutes and go. We have PowerPoints, we have videos, whatever works best for you. And I would also then, when you have some time, the Live Well Plus, the one I just walked you through, that whole life product. Don't let the name fool you. Whole life. Don't let that fool you. That is a very versatile product. And I think when you run across some folks and you're talking, hey, they just need 100, 200,000 of coverage, maybe just for the mortgage, sure, you can always go term. That's the easy way to go and the least expensive. But if you know this product, you can go with that. You can easily do that and get it done with very quickly in that platform I just walked you through. You don't have to call them back again. You don't have to worry about more future requirements because they're going to have their policy at the end of the call and you're done. Okay. So that's the beauty of that Live Well Plus I just walked you through. Uh, if you have a prospect or you're thinking or you want an example how it works, you want somebody to walk you through running that illustration or call our sales desk. They'll be more than happy to walk you through that. Watch all the training stuff that's available on our website. I guarantee you it'll be worth your time. If you're making your living doing this, you got to invest in it and you have to take the time to train yourself to get better. I guarantee you, if you take the time to learn about that product and that process, it will pay off. Trust me. I've been doing this a long time. There's nothing like it. You'll love it, but you have to take the time to learn it because it's going to be a little different than what you're used to. But easy to use. Easy to use. I just showed you you cover the whole family with one product and be done. Was there
Were you
any
looking
other?
more like an investment role? Was
Any questions, team? No formality. Feel free to go ahead and unmute yourself. Well, we have Kelly here. Again, thanks, Kelly, for being here.
Yeah, guys, don't be shy.
Yeah,
No?
so I don't see any. Oh, I heard somebody. Any questions, team? Okay.
Well, if there's
Oh,
no
Kelly.
questions,
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to be, I'll see you guys down in Orlando in a few weeks. I'll have a booth down there. So any questions, let me know. But you have my contact information, our team's contact information. Reach out to us. Appreciate your business. Appreciate your all you doing and working hard and all that. And we're here to help you, support you.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, team. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.